What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We're going to get started in a second. What's going on, y'all? We're going to get started in a second. All right, what's going on? We had a pretty good week last week. Of course, it's Monday, so we're going to be leaving the ends for now. Just going to be watching them. Going to wait to see which direction it tries to go. We already went over this with the members last night meeting, so we already know what the game plan is and sees, as well as some of the currency pairs, the main ones we trade. But for the main part, we're just going to be watching this to see how it reacts. If we go in the bigger time frames, as in the daily time frame, we can clearly see that we are in an uptrend. You can see we've been doing nothing but making new highs for the past couple of weeks. We had a few retracements the past couple of weeks, but still we're making new highs. We broke above this right here. That we can clearly see the strong support resistance level. So now we're going to wait to see if price is going to come back down. See, we're at the top of this level, which we clearly can see is a strong support. Price is going to come up here, or since it already came up here, is it going to come all the way back down to this daily zone, and we can catch a buy here, make a new high. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. See if price can do that. Same thing with NAS. You can see it's very similar. On the daily time frame, you can see the uptrend is potentially about to begin compared to US30, where the uptrend has been going on for a while. But when you go into smaller time frames, you can see that they are moving very similarly, at least at the time. So it's just been chilling here all Asian session. So we're going to see once volume picks up during New York session, if it's going to continue to retrace back down, or it's going to come back to this 4-hour zone and break above it. So we're just going to let it do its thing for now. And that's the game plan for all the indices. Still going to be mainly looking for buys, because off the daily time frames, it's been doing nothing but going up and making new highs. So if everything's showing me buys, I'm only going to look for buys. If everything's showing me sells, then I'm only going to look for sells. So NAS is chilling on this 4-hour zone right here. We're going to see our price is trading as resistance level, then as a support level when it broke above it. We also see there's a gap here. So price can potentially try to refill this gap up going into New York session. So just going to be looking out for that. That way we can catch the wave up. Because from where it's at right now to fill this gap up, that's a decent amount of pips. The gap's around 11, 820-ish. So just going to keep an eye on that. Try to make sure we catch the opportunity. SPX, same thing. Right above this daily zone. You can see price retested it today. It's rejecting, currently pushing right back above the daily zone. So again, we're going to be looking for mainly buys. Going to be waiting until closer to New York session to enter. As on the smaller time frame, we zoom in, we can see our price is clearly on this strong support resistance level, and we can see, but it's still a little too close to the zone for me to want to even enter a buy. And plus, again, it's Monday, so I'm gonna wait till closer to New York to even decide to enter this. Honestly, I'm just gonna put that there for now. So just gonna keep an eye on that. With US30 USDX, you can see the similarities on US30 from this. The pushing up, and you see the strong support resistance level, and you see price come to a halt. So we're either going to see price break above here, treat it as support level, and then price going to continue to push up, or we're going to see price, hit this level, then retrace back down to this daily zone, and possibly look for a buy there. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. We got about 15 minutes till London session starts. So we're going to look at the currency pairs and see if there's any opportunities we can jump on. Let me fix this real quick. I'm going to keep an eye on oil as well. Cooling well. So let me see how this looks like. Closer to New York. I put a tighter stop loss too. There we go. Okay, so our price can still respect this level going to New York. We can definitely look for another go buy because when we go into bigger time frames, we can see the past few days, gold has just exploded up. You can see huge candlestick up, retest off the daily, explosion up, retest off the 4 hour, explosion up. Now it's retesting the daily zone. And if we're going to treat it as a support level, like we see price treated as a support level here, then we can potentially catch some more pips. And just like how we see price treat this level as a resistance level here, and if we go to the left, we can see price getting treated as support level here, here, resistance, support, support, support. So price always repeats itself. And again, just looking at what price did the past few days, past few weeks, just been exploding up. So since price is showing that it's pushing up like that, it'd be silly for me to look for a sell right now, unless I see something otherwise on a different time frame. But for now, still gonna be looking for mainly a buy setup. If it breaks back underneath here, might look at something else. But for now, I'm looking for a buy setup as long as it respects this level of price like it currently is. Let me go ahead and fix that. Yeah, but for now, we're just gonna let that do its thing. So let's go ahead and jump on some of these currency pairs and see what's going on. We've been calling sales on the JPY pairs the past week, past couple weeks. Your JPY is currently second. My bad, I had to plug. We've been calling sales the past couple of days when we did Y pairs, especially GJ and other ones. We can see we were riding the wave up until last month. Middle of last month, we can see as soon as price hit this daily zone here, it has failed to make new highs and it's been dropping down. Kind of repeating what happened here last time price hit this level, harsh rejection down. So what we see currently is, let me zoom in. So currently price tried a few times to retest that level, then it harshly rejected down, broke underneath the daily zone, it retested it currently and it's underneath it. So if we can stay underneath this 4 hour zone for sure, then we could possibly catch another sell. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for now. I'm just looking for mainly a sell. You said the voice breaking up? Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Let me know if you can hear me now. So the price can stay underneath this level here at this golden line. We're going to look for a sell. But if price can break above this level, we could possibly look for a quick buy scout. We just have to wait and see. Yeah, so we're just going to be watching price. We got about 12 minutes till London session starts. So we're going to see what these candlesticks look like. And then, of course, we're going to see what price is really trying to do the closer we go into New York session. So your New Zealand is a little bit interesting, kind of similar to EJ. When it hit this level, it's been retracing down, kind of making a new low. So I'm just be watching price because price did hit this 4-hour zone and continue to push up, but huge rejection wick down, pushing it right back close to the daily zone. So I'm gonna see how it reacts to the daily zone. But the way that rejection wick is acting, I wouldn't be surprised if price wants to break underneath it. So I'm gonna wait to see if price can respect this level and try to push back up, or if it's going to try to break this daily level and see if it's going to make a new low. Because again, on the bigger time frames, price has been dropping. You can see ever since price hit this daily zone, it hasn't really made new highs. It's dropped, retraced, dropped again, retraced, dropped again. Tried to come back up, but when it hit the strong support resistance level, dropped back down. So now we're back at the daily zone. So we're going to see if price is going to try again to break these levels, or price is going to drop down again. So we're just going to have to wait and see what price is trying to do. Okay, you hear me better now? Okay, but so we're just going to be watching that, seeing what it does. But so far it is respecting this level. But again, it is Monday, so I'm rushing to enter trades today. Going to be just patiently waiting for confirmations. So Euro AUD, kind of very similar. All the Euro pairs are looking kind of similar, at least on the daily zone. I'm in daily time frame. Price is currently in the middle of the zone, so I am going to leave this alone for now. But I am going to keep an eye on it just to see what it's doing. But for now, I am going to just leave this alone. See if it's going to retrace or not. If it retraces some more, then I'll probably pay attention to it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it alone. Because it's really been failing to make a new high. So we've been kind of catching some scalps pushing up. We caught a nice buy setup on Friday with it. But just looking at this right here, it could try to drop down. So until I see what it's trying to do, I'm just going to stay out of it. So Euro CAD is on top of this daily zone past couple of days. Past week, really, you can see it's just been slowly pushing up. But on Friday, that's when we had the huge explosion up. Broke above this daily zone that we can see is a clear support resistance level. And as you can see so far today, it's been respecting it as a support level. So if price can continue to do so, then we could possibly look for a buy setup going closer to New York session. So we're just going to keep an eye on this and see if we can possibly catch a buy setup. It is on top of a good level of price right here. Yeah, so we're just going to keep an eye on this. It is at a good entry, but I'm not going to jump in yet personally. So price can respect the levels currently at. We can see it come to at least 37.30. So where it's currently at. Where's that? 36.81. So about 40 pips minimum. But if price continues to pump this way going into New York, we can catch a way more pips. So we're just going to see what the next 15-minute candlestick looks like and then go from there. But I can see price pushing up some more. Now GJ dumped all last week. Me and the members were catching these sales all the way down. We'll be able to see that on the smaller time frames. Right now, it is currently underneath the 4-hour support resistance level that I have marked off. So depending on how it reacts to that level, we could look for another sell setup, or we could just wait for price to come back to the daily zone around 165.50, 165.60 and look for a sell there. Price is currently retesting this level, so we're just going to see how it reacts. But if it continues to push up, then I'm just going to wait for the next sell position, because again, looking at the bigger time frames, price has clearly just been dumping. As you can see, we caught the nice sell here, caught the buys when it was pushing up, but then we caught the drop here, we caught the drop here, and then we caught the drop here on last Friday. So looking at this, it's just doing a retracement, which is normal, because again, price isn't always going to go straight down. In an uptrend, price isn't going to always go straight up. It's going to have to retrace at some point. So we're just going to let that do its thing for now and just see what it decides to do. Because again, we could enter right here, but I'd rather enter at the daily zone. So we're just going to see what it is going to do. But still have sales biases because we were catching sales this whole way down. So we're going to see what it does going into New York, though, because GJ lately has just been really doing this move during New York session. So we're going to wait till closer to New York to see what GJ is up to. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Could possibly look for a sell setup here. It's been dropping all day. Then we go on the bigger time frames. We can see it broke underneath the support resistance level. So if we can respect that level as a resistance level, we can potentially catch some pips. Still has a few walls that would have to break though, but doesn't mean it's impossible. Because it hasn't really been making new highs. It's just been dropping. Yeah, so we're going to keep an eye on this. This is retracing right now. We got 5 minutes till London session starts. This will actually be a good entry for sale. So I'm not tripping too much about it. So I just want to see how it reacts to this level. So we're going to keep an eye on GA as well. GBCAD is looking just like EuroCAD on top of this daily level. It did just break above the level I was looking for it to break above. So we're going to see what the next candlestick looks like. So I did want to see it break above this level. So we're going to see how it reacts off the retest. Because it's about to hit a wall right here, so it's going to have to retrace a little bit. But I do like how GC is looking. JPY is still under the daily zone, just like GJ. Going to leave that alone for now. See if it retraces back closer to the daily zone. Then we could look for an entry there potentially. Let me see. 80K is already doing this thing. Seeing USD dropping. So New Zealand JPY is currently rejecting the daily zone. So we could possibly look for another sell setup here. Because again, all the JPY pairs I've really been dropping. We've been catching sell on all the JPY pairs. On TikTok, I'm about to drop it on Instagram later today, but on TikTok, I did drop a video explaining why trading correlated pairs has its benefits. But we could possibly look for a setup here. I don't really like that stop loss though. That's a good one. So we're going to see how price reacts to this level. So we got about 3 minutes till when the session starts. So we're going to be paying attention to GD. Let's see. This is at a good sell setup too. Oh, it's already started the move. I can't see price dropping. So we're going to pay attention to USD CHF as well. Because I can't see price dropping. It's already started to move. It did do the retest. The last 15-minute candlestick now is dropping. So I want to see what the next candlestick looks like. But it already is starting the move that I was looking for. So we got a few setups. We're going to be looking at. So I'm going to see. All right, cool. Let's just go back to this stuff real quick. This oil just broke above that. Could possibly see an oil buy setup as well. All right, cool. So we're going to be looking at EuroCAD, GBPCAD, GBPAUD, USF. Those are the main pairs we're going to be looking at for London session. Let's see some. Yeah, so everything's pushing up. So I want to see what the next candlestick looks like for these pairs. And New Zealand's still pushing up. Might look at Euro New Zealand too. Yeah, GBP is just pushing right now. Yeah, GBP is just pumping right now. What's going on there? All the JPY pairs were tracing SDCHF, still dropping. I think it's dropping like crazy. There's a wall right here. I want to see what's going to react off this wall and push up so we can get a good entry. But if it keeps ripping, then I'm going to leave it alone. So what's the stop loss? 95.05. So from where it's currently at, that's like a 50 pip. 60 pip stop loss. Okay, so we're tracing up some. I want to see what's going to retrace some. I do like how it's looking though. If you look at the dollar index, if it retraced the dollar pairs, might be a buy right now. Yeah, if I remember, but I'm looking. There's some moves trying to happen right now, so I'm gonna be looking at the charts real quick. It could break this level, but I want to see if it can retrace so we can get a better risk reward. So we're gonna go back to this in a second. So let's see what these other pairs are up to. All right, so that's retracing. That's retracing. So since it did explode like that, it's currently like treating this wall, or trying to treat this wall as a support level. Where's the stop loss? 55, 80. I kind of like this setup right here. I'm going to see if we can retrace more, but it looks like it's trying to respect this level right here. So stop loss for this, we could put a little bit of tighter stop loss, but I like to give my stop loss a little bit of wiggle room. For stop loss for this, I'm looking at 55.80, 55.75. The move's going to be a 1 to 3 risk to reward, so not a bad risk to reward. So let me just go back to USDCHF real quick. Okay, so it's retracing some. All right, so we're about to get some trade ideas written up. GA just did a retest and it's dropping as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of moves trying to happen right now. All right, so we're about to get some trade ideas ready. Because I do like how it just did that. One, it retested level. I wanted to see it retest, and now it's dropping. So stop loss for this, I'm looking at a 76.50. So let me get this written up. But we have to keep in mind that this is the farthest it's gone, and then it retraced. So that's about like 20 pips away. Yeah, the thing's dropping. Yeah, I can see that coming to a 75, 75 for sure. Yes, I'm going to enter this. All right, bet. So I'm going to get the TPs and stuff are up for these. Look how that's looking. Let me see what CAD's up to. Yeah, look how GP CAD's looking too. So I'm going to get these TPs and these trade ideas written up. So give me 1 second. Yeah, but I'm going to enter GP CAD, and I'm in GA as well. So SL for GPAUD, I got 7650, and then SL for GP CAD, I got a 55. Let me just put 5575. So we want to see, it could chill here for a little bit, but as long as you can see it's respecting this level, so we can respect this level and could it potentially at least come up to here. So we want to see if price can do that. So let me get these TPs and stuff ready, but I just want to look at these other pairs real quick. Gold's starting to move as well. Yeah, so let me get this stuff written up real quick. There's a lot of moves that look like they're trying to start. Let me see what these are up to. All right, let me get these written up. All right, so I'm gonna quiet this because I'm like typing some stuff up. So give me 1 second. Could put it right here actually. Might do that. All right, so give me a second, y'all. So we're gonna have TP1. Yeah, so we're gonna look at the other pairs in a little bit as well, but I do see gold trying to push up. So we're gonna see if it's gonna actually try to make the move or it's just gonna range until the London session. So we're gonna look at that in a second as well. So we're gonna see if it can break this level. It's currently struggling to break this level of traffic right here, but if it can do so, we can catch some pips. We can catch some pips. All right. So we can let that do its thing. All right, so let's see what GBPJPY is up to. Yeah, so GBPJPY is trying to push right now. So let me get these TPs set up for GBPJPY. So SL looking for this. So I'm going to type this up, then post this out. Then I'm going to look at gold and other currency pairs because there are some other moves trying to happen. All right, so moves trying to happen right now. Somebody just typed the TPs and stuff, but y'all should already be in GBPJPY, so y'all should be blue right now. All right, so it might retrace, but y'all should be blue. TP1 for GBPJPY is about to get hit. I haven't typed it in yet because a bunch of moves have been going down. But that thing, y'all should be blue on that. Y'all should be blue on that. So I'm gonna get the TPs typed up in a second, but there are some other moves going down, like gold. Gold is pushing. So I do like how gold's looking as well. So I'm going to put the TP and stuff for gold as well. But y'all should be blue on GBPJPY. Y'all should be nice and blue on that. So gold is pushing. Y'all can't enter now, or y'all can wait for the next 15-minute candlestick that's about to pop in 3 minutes to see if price is going to retrace or if price is going to continue to push up. It could very much so do either or. Yeah, but price is pumping right now. So GBPAUD is retracing up, which is natural because GBPJPY is just pushing. So right now I'm going to put the TPs for GBPJPY, but we have hit the first TP. So let me just notify that TP1 got hit. And here I thought this morning was going to be a little bit slow. I ain't complaining though. So price can retrace. So if this is your first time watching my stream, make sure to join the free Telegram first link in the description so you can get notified as well as when I enter other trades. But right now we are deep in profit and we're at like TP2 right now. So which I'm not complaining about. So it could retrace once it hits this wall, which is natural. But price can keep pumping. We can definitely catch some more pips. Yeah, so we're nice and blue on that. Nice and blue on that. So let me see what GPAD is up to real quick. So that thing just switched up on this, but as long as it doesn't break these levels, not really tripping about that. So that's pretty fine. All right, so let me get these TPs up for GC because we are catching some pips. So y'all jump to this trade. Make sure hit that like button. So new 15 starting up. I'm just trying to get these TPs written down. Then we're gonna go over gold. But I did enter gold. I posted the SL in there. I'm gonna put the TPs for gold in a second. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can catch some pips. And we're already catching pips. So it's going to try to respect this level support level, or it's going to retrace a little bit. That's usually how my TPs work. TP2 did get hit. All right. So now let me put the gold TPs down. And let's see what gold's looking like. All right, so gold is slightly retracing, like I said, it most likely would. So either going to break above this level or it could retrace back down to around 1764, which was my entry. I'm going to put the TPs in. So we're going to see how price reacts to these levels right here. All right, so I'm going to see if these can keep pushing up. Let's see what GA is up to. GA is fine. GC is pumping. Okay, let's see what oil's up to. Yeah, oil shot up. We could have gotten to oil as well. So like literally there was a bunch of things happening at once. That's why I got quiet for a second, because there was a bunch of moves happening at once, which sometimes happen, but doesn't always happen. Would have jumped into some of them. Obviously we missed a couple. SPX. Trying to pump up as well. Okay. So everything's trying to move right now, which is interesting. Depending on how price reacts, we can see price at least hit for SPX. We can at least hit 4,000. You can see price at least hit 4,000. Looks like price is trying to push up. Just like gold's trying to push up. So we're almost at TP1 for gold. TP1 is going to be 1766. Again, I posted all the TPs and stuff in the free Telegram. GPCAD is about to hit TP3. TP3 just got hit. So we're making some money, y'all. We're making some money, y'all. We're making some money. GPAD, as you can see, is still respecting this low, so it can't very much so reject. But the GP pairs are just pumping right now, which isn't terrible. Gold is currently struggling to break this level, but as you can see, it is trying. So that's a good sign. Hey, you got in that? That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, so I'm going to be paying attention to the indices. The indices look like they're trying to do something too. It's just kind of weird. Some Mondays are good like this, but usually Mondays be slow. But looking at the news, there's not really news going on at 5 o'clock the euro, but no really red folder until 7:30 p.m. But I don't really trade during that time, so that's irrelevant to me. Then we got orange for USD and CHF at 11:30. But other than that, it's a pretty clean day. Pretty clean day. And then we see this did the move. So literally there was like 5 different trades happening at once. We got into a couple of them. But this is like how I tell my students and members all the time. There's literally opportunities everywhere. So if you miss a trade or you miss a good setup, either just wait for retracement or just go to another chart, because we literally see a bunch of moves trying to happen right now. I like what SPX is doing too. Looks like it's trying to push up. But let's go back to pairs we're in. GA's pumping. So out of curiosity, let's see what the other Canadian pairs are doing. 80 CAD doing the same thing. Obviously, we can enter this because the move already started. This thing started like 2 hours ago. Only trade London to New York, so couldn't hop in that one. Let's see New Zealand CAD's doing the same thing. We see New Zealand CAD did the same thing, exploded up. So not surprising that GP CAD and Euro CAD are both pumping at the same time. Again, correlating pairs, we could have jumped into this as well. Literally, we just looked at like 6 different trades happening at once. And this thing's still pumping. I think we just hit another TP. Yeah, we did. Yeah, so we starting the Monday off right, bro. 20 minutes into London session. We're already catching some pips and making some money. But again, it could retrace before it finishes the move. So if you're happy with your profits and you don't want to deal with that retracement, or you're not confident it can continue to pump, you can close at any time. We did just hit TP4. So we are up quite a few pips. SPX and gold are chilling for a little bit, but they definitely are showing signs that they want to push up. Again, they are both slightly bullish. Whatever retrace might allow you in. Yeah. So I'm just going to see how this candlestick ends. But I'm going to keep an eye on this. But it's still moving. That's like a big drop. So I would like to wait to see how that candlestick ends, personally. And we're in a couple trades right now. So some of them are blue, of course. So I could enter another trade, but I just don't really like to jump in a bunch of trades at once. It's funny how I said that when we just looked at like 5 different trades, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But just like gold, price has been very bullish. So we're going to be looking for a buy setup. Again, it could retrace a little bit, but so far it is respecting the daily level. So we're going to see what the next candlestick looks like. Same with gold, gold's retracing a little bit. So still right at my entry. I'm slightly blue on gold still. I'm blue on Euro CAD. I'm blue on GC. The reason why I didn't post this is, again, where'd it go? Here it is. Because it could retrace after it hits this level here. And the move was already starting. So I'm kind of like going for like a quick scalp on this. This one has the best ideal risk to reward setup, which is why I call this trade out. So we just got one TPU left to hit. But as we see, price is just pumping. Price is just pumping. GA is pushing up a little bit, struggling a little bit. We're going to see if we can respect this wall. And we're going to see what happens there. But this thing right here is just ripping through. Just exploding. Gold's trying to push up as well. So we're going to see what the next candlestick looks like. We're going to go back to oil too. Yeah, so we could have re-entered there out the re-entry. That would have been a nice re-entry. But I'm good on the trades I'm in right now. I'm in gold right now. I'm making a decent amount of money for 20 minutes. I'm not complaining. GC still pumping up. So literally all the GBP pairs are pumping. So it is kind of what's affecting both GJ and GBAUD. So I want to see going into New York, it correct itself. Hopefully it doesn't do that before his SL, but it could do that because kind of similar to this GJ setup. First SL got hit, then the next day went for the setup again. With GA. That's why I like to give my price a little bit of wiggle room, but we're just going to see. Hopefully we can catch some pips, but SLs do get hit sometimes. But we are deep in profit, 1 GP CAD. And we're going to see if gold can break this level. But again, it is early before New York. So going to be just USD pair wise, just going to be in this one. And going to be just watching the other pairs. Because a lot of pairs I like to trade don't really start to make their move until closer to New York. But GBP is just pumping crazy right now too at the same time. So that's kind of affecting the sell setup there. A little bit unfortunate, but SL still hasn't gotten hit yet. And it's still early in the day. And this trade is literally canceling out that slight drawdown anyways. So not too big of an issue there. This thing is just exploding. We're about like 12 pips away from the last TP. We got 4 minutes until the next candlestick. So it could very much retrace or it could continue to pump up. So do keep an eye on your charts because this is the third huge candlestick up. So retracement could happen, especially because we just broke the wall here. We got like a wall here. We can kind of put the wall right there. Let's just put it right there. But we're like 8 pips away from the last TP. That thing's just exploding. Again, it is messing up our GBPAUD setup because we can literally see all GBP pairs are pumping up. Everything's pumping up. So it's kind of affecting GA. But GBP CAD is canceling out that trade. So we are still slightly up. We want to see if gold can break that level, hit that level, retrace. It's currently respecting this wall here. So I'd like to see the next candlestick break through that level. It could just play around until New York session, but obviously, ideally, I'd like the move to just do its thing, you feel me? But drawdown is a part of the game. We kind of got in Euro New Zealand too. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of plays happening at the same time. We're looking at Euro New Zealand as well. Could have hopped in this one. Kind of 20 pips away from the ideal entry I wanted. Some might try to look for retracement, but you can see off that last 15, did a nice rejection off that daily. Off this level, then shot up 20 pips. So we could have jumped in on that as well. So literally, like I always say, there's opportunities everywhere. Opportunities there. Yeah, GP is just pumping. It's kind of fucking up GA though, but it's all good. Let's see what else going down. New Zealand JPY is dropping. Still not gonna enter this though. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait for the JPY pairs until closer to New York. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so gold hit that level and rejected it, which was to be expected because we see that happen multiple times here. But we're going to see if it can, one, mainly respect the daily level and continue to uptrend. So we're going to see if price can do that. So we're going to see what the next candlestick looks like. Because I already retested this wall multiple times. Could try to come down to here. But that's going to have to break this wall first beforehand. And our stop loss is well underneath that. Not a crazy stop loss because, again, it is early. It is Monday. Don't want to ride the way too down. The price does break this level and retest and treat this as a resistance. Ideally, we could see price come to retrace all the way down to this daily zone around 1728 And if we see price doing that, we could try to ride the wave down. So that's the main reason why that stop loss is a little bit tighter. But we're going to see if it can do the move going into New York session. Because again, we're just 30 minutes into London. And that thing is still pumping up. Insane, insane, insane. Yeah, it's fucking up the G8. So we're going to see what the next candlestick looks like. That's about to pop up in 10 seconds. While we're doing that, we're going to look at see what the other pairs are up to. JPY went back above the daily level, which is interesting. Let's see what US30 is up to. Yeah, so all the other pairs are just chilling right now. Let's see what this is doing. Some new candlesticks. Oh, that thing's trying to break that wall. So it's trying to break through this level of traffic. It's currently above it, but it's got some traffic above it as well. It's on top of some traffic. It's kind of sandwiched up. We can see it a little bit better as we zoom in, but it is above this level, which is a good sign. So if volume continues to pump like it's doing, we can break through these levels. But that's why we see it struggling a little bit. But it looks like we're about to hit our next TP. We're about 7 pips away, so we're going to see if we can do so. Let's see what goes up to. All right, goes retesting. We're going to see if we can pump back up. See what you're on New Zealand. Yeah, we could have jumped in this. See what SPX up to. SPX went back to the daily zone. It's retesting it. I want to see if it can break back above this level. There we go. If it can break and stay above this level, then I'll be convinced we can catch some pips off SPX. So far, gold is staying above this level, which is why I went for the buy. Almost hit TP1, missed it by like 20 plus pips. Rejected that level, so we're going to see if it will retest and push back up. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. Because again, everything is showing as buys for the most part. It broke above the support level. We can see the retest and the rejection up. So we're going to see if going into New York, one, we can break past this 4-hour level that we see price rejected last time it hit it, and see if we can continue the bullish move, because we can see literally just a huge jump, huge jump, huge jump. So we're going to see if price can continue to do so. As long as it can respect the daily zone, we can see that. But if it breaks back below this daily zone and his stop loss and stays on at least 1754, then we potentially could see a sell to the downside to the daily zone underneath it. So we could potentially see that. Very similar to the indices, we could see a retracement down to the daily zone, making a lower high. So we're just going to leave those alone for now. Gold looked like it was trying to push up. That's why I entered the buy. But we're just going to let that do its thing for now. Let it marinate. Same thing with GA. But GP CAD is doing a slight retracement, which was expected. So as long as it doesn't break this level, we can see price continue to push up. Of course, it could break this level and then come back up later. But again, profit. So we don't want to give up too much of that. You get what I mean? The goal is to make some money. Not make some money and watch it disappear. So we got JPY pairs are pushing up. JPY pairs and GBP in general is just pushing up. Yeah, so that kind of messed up our GA setup. the same amount every trade. That way our winning trade of loss, because losses, I'm not saying it's going to be a loss, it's pretty close to stop loss. And just being realistic, if it continues to pump up, it could hit stop loss. But I'm still holding till stop loss gets hit. So this is trying to break this level of traffic. So we're going to see if it can do so. I can't see it coming as high as 5,700. I don't know if it's going to do that before retracement or not, because we can see price currently struggling to break this level. We saw the past 15 minutes, 30 minutes, nice explosion up. Now it's struggling a little bit, which is normal. That does happen. Let me fix this. Then we go to EuroCAD. We see EuroCAD doing the same thing. EuroCAD hit this wall. Now it's retracing. Just like GBPJPY hit that wall, a level of price. Now it's retracing. So we're going to see if we can break that level. New 5-minute just started. So while I was doing that, let's look at some other currency pairs. See if there's anything else we can jump in. Let's see. That thing shot up. GU, I'm gonna leave that alone. GJ, I'm gonna leave that alone. GC, pumping. New Zealand, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, so these are the only pairs I'm really gonna be looking at. These are on USD. I'm gonna leave all the other USD pairs alone, closer to New York. Looks like the JPY pairs are doing a healthy retracement, which isn't an issue. We can just potentially catch the same moves we caught last week. So let's just go, since we got some time to kill, on the daily time frame. So we saw last Friday hit all these levels, rejected up. Now we could see a retest to this daily level and possibly look for a sell setup, or price could just break back underneath here going into New York, and we could catch a sell setup going into New York off this daily zone. So we're just going to see what price decides to do. So we're just going to let that do its thing for now. I do mainly want to look for sell setups off that. New Zealand CAS dropping. So let's see if, look at that, GP CAS doing the same thing. Now, we want to see it respect this level. We don't want to see it retrace too much. It could retrace a little bit more, then push back up later. But again, whole idea is to try to make money and secure our profits. So we don't want to let it go too far down, because we could possibly look for a re-entry later, or it could dump and we could lose all our profits. That's when a little bit of gambling comes into play, especially if you're not sure where price could, reject off of and things like that. So definitely keep that in mind. Let's see what this is up to. Gonna leave that alone. Yeah, so we could have jumped in this. So we missed like 2 trade opportunities, but that's fine. We miss opportunities all the time. You're going to miss opportunities. That's just the reality of trading. Like, I'm sure we missed some opportunities. So it looks like it's going to try to drop down. It's going to have to break this level, though, if it's going to do so. But I'm pretty sure we missed some opportunities when I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities are going to get missed. So I want to see if we can break back underneath that level. That's what we're going to look and see. It's trying to. And we've had trades before. Me and the members had trades before where it was like 1 pip away from hitting stop loss one time. Then that thing just ripped back up and then literally went through all TPs. So never close before stop loss gets hit. That's the whole reason why you have a stop loss. You don't put a stop loss down so you can close because you're in drawdown. But it defeats the whole purpose. So I want to see if price can drop down some. Then we barely missed it. We're like 4 pips away from the last TP. But we got a new 5-minute about to start. So we're going to see how this 15-minute candlestick ends. Gold's also struggling a little bit. But we're just going to let that do its thing because the main important thing is it's still respecting this level here, as of now at least. So we're just going to let that do its thing for now. But it looks like the GBP pairs, nope, it's just those two. GJ still pushing up. And so these are still pushing up. Out of curiosity, I'm just going to oil, see what that's doing. Oil is retested this level to push back up. We could potentially look for a buy setup here. It is kind of tempting me, I'm not gonna lie. I could see price come up. It's a nice rejection off this level. Nice rejection off that level. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to. Feels like a 1 to 2 risk reward, about 100 pip stop loss. Price respects this level like it currently has the past two 15-minute candlesticks. We could see price hit $90. Now this is off of the black bull source. We could see price hit that. Could see price hit that. Gold's trying to push back up as well. So it is interesting they're both pushing up, which is very interesting. So I don't like when they move the same. Usually they'll move kind of opposite, especially during New York session. Let's see what SPX up to. Yeah, they're kind of moving. They look very similar right now. These candlesticks right here, these 3 candlesticks look just like gold's 3 candlesticks right here. Even the staircase ups, they look very similar right now, which is interesting. Very interesting. GBD. Let me see GBP pairs moving very similarly as well. They're both rejecting back up. Yeah, but these are the only pairs I'm going to be in right now. Just going to let these pairs do their thing. Zealand JPY still pumping. The JPY pairs are still pumping up. Yes, we're just going to let that do its thing. Could have gotten in that one as well. Yeah, so we're just going to let these pairs do their thing. Good start to the morning so far, though. Yeah, these are moving exactly the same. I don't like that. SPX, I'm still not going to take it seriously until it breaks above this level here. That's actually a little too high. I mean, we could have put it right here. But I really want to see it break above this level. Looks like it's trying to. So we could potentially see them try to fill the gaps up soon. I want to see that happen. Got a nice gap we can pick up on NAS. It looks like it's trying to do it right now. So we could get like a nice scalp setup here. This would be a nice scalp setup. Or for the long run, we could see price come up to potentially 1,200, maybe 12,000. But in the short term, I can see these gaps get filled up. So I'm going to see what the next candlestick looks like that pops up in 1 minute. But it looks like price is trying to head there right now. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But we do know gold's pushing back up. That's what we do know. GBPJPY pumping up as well. USDCHF's tanking. EuroCAD's not moving like GC is. GBP pair is just pumping right now. Yeah, so we're just gonna let the other pairs do their things for now. Gonna be paying attention to the indices though. Gold's trying to break that level there. Yeah, so new 15 just popped up. See if we can hit TP1 on gold. We just missed it last time, so we're gonna see if we can hit it. This next candlestick, GBPJPY looks like it's trying to push up some more, but it's really struggling to break this level of traffic, which isn't a surprise. That's why the TP is right above it. Tried a few times, so we'll see if we can do it. But nice shot up. We caught this whole shot up. Thing just exploded up. All right, so we're like 3 pips away. We're gonna see if we can hit it. We're gonna see if we can hit it. All right, we're 1 pip off. Come on, we're 1 pip away. Yeah, gold and oil moving bar for bar right now, which is kind of weird. GPAD looks like it's trying to drop back down. Let's see if it can do it. All right, let's see what we can do with this pump. All right, last TP got hit. So either move at selling profit or close. But the last TP that I did post did just get hit. So price can either continue to pump up, or most likely when it hits this level here or this level of price here, it could reject down. So if you are going to continue to hold, make sure to secure some of your profits. Move at selling profit, take partials, whatever you do, but definitely do not close this trade red. All right, do not close this trade red. GBPAD is attempting to drop back down. It is trying. We're going to see if it can do so. Gold is trying to come back up as well. It's trying to push. Still gonna leave the indices alone though. Indices are still trying to figure out life. Oil did shoot up, so we could have entered oil. Oil is moving a lot better than gold is. We could have entered this and caught some pips on this as well. Let's see here. Cash trying to pump up. Yeah. So GBP is coming all the way back here. So I'm going to see how it reacts to this daily zone, and possibly if it respects as resistance, look for another sell setup. But for now, definitely staying out of GJ. Definitely staying out of GJ. Let me see. This is up to, so 80 JPY looks like. Let's let it refresh real quick. All right, yeah, so all of them are retracing up, which isn't an issue. Even AUD CAD's trying to pump up some more. Not a coincidence. Yeah, so great start to the morning. Great start to the morning. Definitely a great start to the morning. So far, 1-0. We got two other trades in the works right now. GA, we are a little bit in drawdown for that, but it's still trying. Gold, we're in slight drawdown, but it's still trying to break up. We're going to see if we can do so. So members, before New York session starts, you already know I'm going to drop the price watch list for potential setups and plays we're going to look for in New York session. And I'm going to be breaking down the trades we're in later on in a couple of hours, so do be on the lookout for that. Make sure y'all to hit the subscribe button. Did just drop 2 videos over the weekend. Broke down this huge gold buy we caught, me and the members last week. We caught 5,000 pips. I don't know why price keeps doing this, but we caught this whole move up. And then I also did a breakdown of the US30 buy we took, not this one. It was, I think it was this one. This one was like 50,000 pips. Did break those 2 down. Make sure to check those videos out. I live stream Monday through Friday, every morning London session. Make sure to click the first link, join the free Telegram to be notified if I do enter any other trades, and to be notified when TPs got hit. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. If you want to hit me up personally with any questions, you can hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way. Same spelling as the YouTube. I got a video I got to edit. It's either going to come out today or tomorrow, so do be on the lookout for that video as well. I'm trying to drop a lot of videos this week. But yeah, so we're just going to be chilling, holding these trades for now. Not going to enter anything else until New York session. We saw this one happening. We saw Euro New Zealand happening. We saw Euro CAD kind of trying to start. We also saw but we entered this one's still slightly in drawdown, but we saw GC's pumping. Then we saw oil's doing better than gold. So now they're moving opposite. Like I was saying, they usually move opposite, which is why I was hesitant to enter oil, because I knew up in gold. But still gonna hold to SL or TP gets hit. But this is usually how oil and gold kind of operates. One's pushing up, the other one's dumping, or vice versa. That was the main reason why I was hesitant. But we entered the wrong one, at least for the wrong one as of now. But it's all good. It happens. So we're going to let those trades marinate. Not going to enter anything else for the next few hours / until pre-New York session. I'm just going to let these trades run. Because I do have 2 trades slightly in drawdown. So I'm going to wait till some of those come blue. Or until I see another opportunity. Then we're going to go from there. Make sure to like the video, y'all. If y'all enter these trades, any of these trades, even if you enter this one, the case may be, make sure to hit that like button, y'all. And I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow morning's stream. Yeah, so GCAD